Hello from Tennessee. So recently, my buddy Clayton at the Watchdog podcast did an episode with Love and Watches where they talked about their collection as a Thanksgiving dinner. I thought it was really interesting, and so I gave it a go. I'll be right back with that. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to break this into two episodes just to keep them short, as well as give myself a little bit more content to upload. First off, I'm going to link both the recent podcast from Clayton that he had Love and Watches on in the description down below, and I'll also link Love and Watches podcast as well. Clayton I know very well. He's a good friend, very positive force in the community. Does a great podcast. Love and Watches I'm loosely familiar with. I've listened to their podcast several times. I follow both Perpetual Girl and Ranch Racer on Instagram, but they really seem like outstanding folks, very positive, and what I've listened to, they have a great podcast, so totally recommend. So let's get into it. So like I indicated, Clayton came up with the idea that you take Thanksgiving dinner and you associate a watch with it, and so I'm going to jump right into it. So first off, in my collection, the turkey of the collection. Okay, so when I think of turkey and Thanksgiving, turkey is, is the center point of the collection. It's that piece that maybe defines the collection to a degree. So this was a little tough for me, but for me, the turkey, or that piece that is the centerpiece of my collection. Now, this doesn't mean it's necessarily my favorite piece. I think those are two different discussions. But the center point of my collection, I feel, and it's for two reasons. One, I wear it every day, at least every work day. So it's my work watch, and it's also my premier piece in terms of how much I've spent on a watch in my collection, and that is my Oris Big Crown Pointer Date. So this is the turkey of my collection. Next up is the stuffing of my collection, and for me, it's more of a category, and so I pick Casio as the stuffing, and the reason being is they're affordable. My collection is about 50% Casio, so it's the type of thing that is really a filler. So I kind of thought that was an easier one, and I do believe that's what Clayton picked too as well. But I was like, when I was going through, I was listening, turned them off, wrote mine down. So you know what they say about great minds. Okay, so next off is the potatoes of Thanksgiving. Okay, or the watch collection rather. So for me, when I think of potatoes, potatoes are like a staple of the collection. That it's that piece that maybe is dominant to some degree, gets a lot of wrist time, gets lots of pictures taken of it, but it seems like it's always there on the plate. And so for me, that is the Jade Monster. Just a great watch. I've talked about this a lot, but this is the potatoes of my collection. And last up for this part one is the green bean. The green bean casserole of the collection. So that is the way I look at green bean casserole is that the only time green bean casserole rolled out in my household was at Thanksgiving. So it was something that you always had to have on Thanksgiving, right? So that was what you rolled out no matter what on Thanksgiving. And that may have been the only time of year you had it, but it was the staple. It was always there. It was always there in that Thanksgiving dinner collection, so to speak. So for me, I think the staple of any collection, or kind of the must-have in any collection. Doesn't necessarily get a ton of wrist time. I do wear it, but the staple for me is my SKX 007. So that is the green bean casserole of my collection. So that's it for part one. Again, like and subscribe this if you're enjoying it. Make sure you subscribe to the Watchdog podcast and Love and Watches. And as always, stay positive, make friends, and join the journey. And I will catch y'all real soon with part two. Thanks for watching.